Once upon a time, there was a king with 3 sons. Now you're all of age. It's time to think about marriage. Each of you make an arrow, go out into the secluded meadows, and shoot in different directions. The eldest shot to the right, the middle one to the left, and the youngest one, who was called Ivan Bogatyr, let his arrow go straight ahead. The eldest found his bride at the court minister's house, while the middle one found his bride at the general's house. Ivan couldn't find his arrow, and he was exceedingly sorrowful until finally he went through the swamp and saw a big white frog holding in its mouth the arrow he had shot. "Yikes! I'm out of here." "Kva, kva, Ivan Bogatyr, come here and take your arrow, or else you'll be trapped in the swamp forever. I'm the one who found your arrow, so you have to marry me, and if you don't marry me, you'll never get out of this swamp." Ivan accepted the frog as his bride, and the day came when Ivan Bogatyr was to get married.
Dear children, now that all 3 of you are married, I'd like to wear shirts made by each of your wives and see if they know how to sew with gold and silver, and are they able to bake bread. Why are you so sad, Ivan Bogatyr? How can I help but being sad? My father has ordered that a shirt and carpet be sewn for him, and to bake a loaf of bread all by tomorrow. Don't cry, don't grieve. Lie down and go to sleep. Morning is wiser than the evening. Everything will be done properly. Wild winds, take these scraps and sew my father-in-law a shirt and a carpet, and I shall bake bread, clean, delicate, and as white as snow. The next morning, the king inspected the 3 shirts, the carpets, and the bread, and found that only Ivan's wife produced a shirt, carpet, and delicious bread that he marveled at. I wish to meet all of your wives. Let's gather for a banquet. Everyone is marveling at my wife. I shall burn her frog skin, so I can always have Vasilia the wise. Well, Ivan Bogatyr, since you couldn't wait for even a little time, then search for me over the thrice 9 lands. And she suddenly disappeared.
Ivan was upset and walked for a long time until he came to a little house. Little house, stand with your back to the forest and your front to me. Ivan found Baba Yaga sitting in the front corner. He told Baba Yaga everything that happened, and Baba Yaga responded, "I'm sorry for you. I'll do you a good turn. I'll show you Vasilisa the Wise. When she comes flying, you try to catch her by the head. When you catch her, she'll start to turn into a frog, a toad, a snake, and other kinds of unclean creatures. And last of all, she'll turn into an arrow. You take that arrow and break it into 2, and she'll be yours forever." Ivan hides, and on his 3rd try to catch her, he holds on to Vasilisa the Wise, determined that no matter what, Vasilisa the Wise would turn into an arrow, and he breaks in 2. That very moment, Vasilisa the Wise appeared before him and said, "Well, Ivan Bogatyr, now I give myself to your will." Baba Yaga gave them a flying carpet, and they flew off to their own state and lived in great joy.